Hello, you are very welcome to the Mastermind channel. In the previous two videos, we talked about how to identify toxic relationships. But while it can be easy to identify them, it's not easy to get rid of them. However, if we do nothing, this type of relationship can lead to depression and anxiety. Before you say goodbye, there are some things you can still try to do. But be aware, it's not easy to change a person whose toxicity is already really ingrained. But it is always worth trying, as long as you have this awareness. You can try talking to the person in an assertive way about how you feel about the way they treat you. Look them straight in the eye when you are talking to them. Express your feelings and emotions honestly and directly, and explain your convictions firmly and without hesitation. During the conversation, try to deal with the aggressiveness of the other person without losing your temper or allowing yourself to be intimidated, but without being hostile towards him. Express your disagreement, stating the reasons for it. Do not admit disrespectful actions and act calmly. By acting this way, you are defending your points of view in a constructive way, and whatever the other person's reaction is, positive or negative, at least whatever decision you make in the future, you will always have the clear conscience that at least you tried. If the person was not fully aware of the impact of their behavior, this may represent a turning point and the beginning of change. This may be a key point at which the couple can try to seek help with a psychologist specializing in family therapy. If the other's reaction is adverse, or if there is any kind of threat, you should be aware of this aggressive behavior and consider seeking outside help for yourself. Do not be afraid to act. If this is the other's reaction, it means that the person is still being abusive and has no intention of changing, no matter how much you try or how much you want to help them. Remember, we can only help those who recognize they need help. Now, this conclusion will be beneficial for you because it will give you strength, more strength to put a decisive end to this toxic relationship. But you should reserve this decision for the last stage, especially if the toxic relationship is with someone significant in your life, such as a spouse, family member, or an employer. There are three key questions that will weigh on your decision. Number one, who is the toxic relationship with? How valuable is this person to you? Number three, how much trust do you have in that person? But you, better than anyone else, know your limits and how far you can tolerate the other's poison. You may come to the conclusion that it is better for you to move on independently, to leave this relationship with the certainty that it has served as a learning process as a learning experience for future relationships. If the situation is occurring in your job, you might consider starting to look for another job so that you can leave the one that is hurting you. Setting boundaries has to be a point of reference in any kind of relationship, even if it's a working relationship in which your boss has an ascendant power over you. It's important to establish right away an assertive type of communication with the characteristics that I have described at the beginning of this video, and make it clear how you like to be treated. For example, if your boss has the habit of scheduling meetings at the last minute, when you have a schedule that includes your family obligations, such as picking up your son from school, it is important to set limits. Deciding to leave a toxic relationship is always a difficult decision, but it is better to leave a relationship that harms you at all levels of your life, especially at the level of your mental health, while you have the lucidity to do so. And you always have the possibility of asking for psychological support in this difficult but absolutely necessary process. So we're done for today. I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, leave your like and share it. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, subscribe and activate the bell so you'll get notified every time I post a new video. I'll see you next week. Bye now.